So today is New Year's Eve. We're going to have a bunch of people saying that they're going to be a different person. They're going to make a New Year's resolution and probably repeat the that same BS that they did last year and the year before that and that, like smoking or vaping. So, with every year that goes by in our lives, right? We I guess we do our best to humble ourselves, but we I guess we forget just who we genuinely are deep down. So it was Tuesday, let's say the 28th. This one guy, so we all have rules to follow, you know what I mean? And more than whether we believe in those rules or not, you know, sometimes those rules that we follow is our livelihood. It makes or breaks our paycheck. You know, it determines if we get food on the table or not. So working at the DMV, this one guy apparently he drove all the way from Virginia. Now here's my hypothesis. He he's from here, from the north. He moved down south and came back to see family. And since he's in the area, might as well take care of some business, right? Don't blame him. I think any smart person would have done the same thing. I'm not mad at it. So I told him that the Connecticut DMV and those that are from Connecticut knows nothing as simple as it's supposed to be in Connecticut or New York or California. So I'm like, hey, you have to have an appointment for this. You're telling me that I have to have an appointment to drop these off? Yeah, it's dumb, unfortunate, but it is what it is, man. So I'll give him the website so he can take care of his business. He can either make an appointment, hand him off in person, the DMV gives him a receipt, sends him on his merry way. Or you can mail in your old license plates. The DMV will mail you back a receipt, and you could be on your merry way. Either way, it's simple. The fact that you have to make an appointment or mail it in, it's just that one and only stop and road, but still, you know what I mean? So he was like, "Hey, can I speak to the manager?" And I'm like, "You know what? I would like to, but with COVID, blah blah blah, the managers themselves don't even want to come outside." There's been plenty of times where I try to make them come outside for people that are angry, disgruntled. But if you don't have an appointment and you haven't been inside already, the managers won't come out, or we won't let you in to speak to them because you never had an appointment in the first place. You haven't been here prior. You haven't been to the DMV the same day for you to have the privilege to see the manager. So he gets a little irritated. He goes to his car, tries to make an appointment, comes back with a screenshot saying there's no option for you to make an appointment to return plates. He's right. there isn't. But like getting a new title or a duplicate title for your car, or to cancel plates, or to get new plates or transfer plates, you make an appointment under registration, because to register a car you need a title. So technically a title is a registration item. To return plates, to cancel plates, it's a registration item, because you have to re-register to transfer or cancel, and vice versa. So now that I told him that he has to make the appointment under the registration line, that means that it's more work for him to do, and he didn't want to do that. I assume he was in a time crunch. So he says, again, can I speak to the manager? So I said, for you, I can't do that. And he was like, what do you mean for you? And I'm like, well, you don't have an appointment, so I can't let you in there. So then he raises his tone, and then I raised my tone a little bit. And I was like, listen, buddy, you just said what you had to do. If I could have let you in it, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. It would have been that simple. Because you would have came in, you would have done what you had to do. We don't have to have a shouting match. But now we have a shouting match because you feel that something, which, and you are right. I'm not going to lie to you, man. It's dumb, but it's Connecticut. What are you going to do? But now you're getting mad at me for me doing my job. And an argument shouldn't even be there. What you could have done is probably made the appointment, left a nice heartfelt message, and probably vote Republican next time. I don't know, just saying. Because the rules come from the top, from the state, governor, whatever. It comes from the top. You know what I mean? Then he threatens me at my job. And it's like, and by the way, this man was like probably in his like mid 40s, maybe early 50s at best. And you should know that if you're going to threaten anyone, threaten them with a purpose. Follow through with it. Because there's going to be someone they're going to test your gangster. They will. I will. I don't care where I'm working, who I'm with, or the circumstances. If you could get disrespectful, you could talk about my mom, you could talk about how I act, whatever the case may be. But the moment you threaten anyone's physical health to go out of your way to inflict harm, that's when you stepped it up. Like you went from professional to I don't care about the consequences. Now, being that age with so many years under your belt, with people trying to be a better person every new year, you're going to go to a state building, threaten a state employee, expecting that just because someone's a state employee, they're just going to kill away. I mean, most will, but you don't know who I am. I don't know who you are. You don't know who the next person is. You don't just threaten people. Because I'm not going to go to anybody else's hood. I'm not going to go to anybody else's town, wherever they're from, and just threaten them. Like, come on, man. Like, you got to think. And then he says, I'm from Brooklyn. check it. I don't care if you're in the hardest part of Russia, the hardest heart of Afghanistan, Iraq. I don't care if you're from Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, wherever, Manhattan, back in your day, back in my day. Hard parts. I don't care where you're from. I'm going to respect the fuck out of you. I will. I promise you. I will never come at you sideways. But the moment you threaten me, have that follow up. Because you don't know what kind of day I'm having. You don't know what kind of day the other person's having. And they just might test that gangster. Whether they're on the job, with their family, at a funeral, at a birthday party, at a club, at a bar, a wedding, they just might test it. I was waiting for that guy. I told him when I get off of work, and I will see him. Gladly. Christmas was done. It was over. And I felt like Christmas came again because I was waiting for that present. Damn, that is wild. As he was walking away, he said that I got him fucked up. Nah, I think it's the other way around, fam. I genuinely do. Had this been many, many years ago, I probably would have done something stupid. But unfortunately, I had to wait for this guy to make his first move so I could make my move. You know what I'm saying? But you don't threaten people, especially during the holidays. Whatever holiday you believe in, we globally, internationally, around this time, it's a holiday season for everyone. Everybody wants to celebrate a new year and have a clean slate. You know, I don't know. Like, people gotta stop. Well, people like that, you gotta stop. Wherever you from, you know, people don't care where you're from because either you win or you're gonna lose. So wherever you're from it's not gonna stop someone from testing you out. I lived in New Haven, Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, during the times where it was always and constantly rough. I'm not proud to say it, but I know what the streets are capable of. I know what the streets can do. I don't know when. I forgot when, but there was a time where Bridgeport was like the fourth dangerous place in the United States, or was it New Haven? But regardless of the fact, Bridgeport and New Haven were, out of the whole entire country, it was like top 20. And there's a lot of towns, a lot of cities in this country. I grew up in them for the most part. I did. You know, between the ages of 10 to 19, you know, it didn't count because I was in like residentials and everything, things like that. But for my youngest years and for my young adult life, that's where I be. And I was exposed to that. So no matter where you are, dangerous is dangerous. But you don't go to other people's towns. You're saying you came from Virginia, but then you say you're from Brooklyn. Well, regardless of the fact wherever you're from, you can still get that work. You know what I'm saying?